Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're talking about what y'all see on screen right in front of you, which is this right here. The Vibes Hall of Fame box event card exchange for an Invincible player pack. Now, I am recording this video before these packs have already come out. It's about an hour as I record this video before the Vibes packs comes out and the Hall of Fame box, obviously that's coming with it, comes out. And I just kind of want to talk about my first impressions of this festival event. I turned off the face cam for a second for thumbnail purpose. I want to capture this. But point being, this looks to me like an exchange where you are going to have to get all 3 Hall of Fame boxes. And if you do, you will get a guaranteed Invincible player. Now, with that being said, my guess is, and I'm almost certain it's going to be this way, there will be an option pack in the Hall of Fame box that includes all 3 of these event cards, and you can pick event card 1, event card 2, or event card 3. Technically, these 2 look like the same event card, actually. So you'd basically be able to pick between that event card or the middle event card, I guess, or maybe you'll just be able to pick out all 3 of them. But you're gonna want to get, you're gonna have to get all 3, basically 1 from each Hoff box, to get this Invincible player pack, which to me is, I mean, people were already buying all 3. This just incentivizes them to do it more. I think it's ridiculous to spend $300 in a week on a video game. I have not spent any money on this game in several weeks, and even when I was, it was a maximum of $100 a week, basically. So that being said, I've spent a good amount this year. I just think at this point, with what they've shown us at this point in the year, it's kind of ridiculous to spend. You know what I mean? I'm personally advising people to not. I won't be opening off boxes on my account, for example. And like realistically, I don't know. It's kind of a neat thing, I guess, for people who are already spending, that it guarantees you an Invincible. You know what I mean? You're getting something guaranteed for what you're spending. I just think it's ridiculous that in 2K23, if I spent $50 on VC every week towards the end of that year, I could buy a pack where it was an option pack of the best cards in the set. So that was cool. Like, I personally was really for that. I mean, I thought that was a neat addition to just guarantee yourself the card if you wanted to. Not only does this not guarantee you a card, this is $300 for a random card. You know what I mean? Like, and look, all the Invincibles with the exception of Gary Payton are elite level cards. I don't want to sit here and act like they're not. These are your Invincibles you're going to be able to get. Are they going to be these 10, the guys who are in packs? Because they're not going to give you Invincible Jokic or Invincible KD or Invincible whoever from today, Ron Artest, Bob Pettit. The cards that were in festivals, they're only going to be able to give you the Invincibles that are in packs. And look at these Invincibles. I mean, Gary's not completely amazing, and I would say like Kawhi is probably the worst. Otherwise, he's an incredible card though. Like, all these guys are elite level cards. If you don't get Gary Payton, you're going to get an incredible card. If you get Gary Payton, well, $300 for Gary Payton is a bit unfortunate. He's not a completely atrocious card, but that would certainly be, I think, a disappointing outcome for the majority of people. I just personally look at this content and say, it's just really money grabby, which is not out of the norm at this point whatsoever for 2K. Like, I'm not going to say that's a surprise. It's just kind of bleh. At the end of the day, is this a big deal? No, not really. We already know what 2K is. I don't think this makes things way worse than it was. And you know what? For the money spenders, it actually guarantees you something good, which I guess is cool for them. There are people who are probably happy about that. Now, me personally, I am not. Like, this is not what I'm looking for. I am really hoping, more than anything else from today, the most important thing for me is that these 100 overalls, you can at least get one of them for free. Because if I can get this card for free, the festival is a W. This is the honest truth. If I can get this card for free, the festival is a W. If I can get this card and more for free, then this festival can really be a W. Like, if I could get both Hito and Jermaine for free, that'd be incredible. And at this point in the year, they're the 3rd highest tier. So I'm really hoping that there are going to be enough pieces available to get a 100 overall for free, is my hope. Outside of that, I mean, DeAndre Ayton is solid. Michael Finley and Gerald Wallace are okay. I gotta be totally honest, the festival itself just does not excite me that much. So I personally don't see any real reason to spend on this weekend, to be totally honest. I mean, look, Kareem is an amazing card, but let's be honest, even the people out there who have the $3,000 of disposable income that they can just afford to completely blow away, that is $3,000. Like, think about how much money you are spending on this video game to get this card. He is probably going to be even harder to get than Jokic was. And Jokic was a $2,500 card, at least $2,000 card probably. Like, it's pretty absurd how expensive these cards are. And to be completely honest with y'all, I just think it's ridiculous. And I think if you are willing to do that, like, I mean, it is your money and it is your choice. And there are people who would say, oh, you're pocket watching. I guess if that's what it is, but I just think thousands of dollars can be used more effectively than spending on a video game. I have no personal problem with somebody spending $100 on a video game. Like, if you open a Hoff box today, more power to you. Go for it. Especially if it's a good Hoff box and it feels like it's got value and it's going to upgrade your team. Like, I'm cool with that. That's fine, right? Even if I'm not doing it myself, you do you with your money, right? I just think that something like this is so ridiculous. It's such a ridiculous amount of money, man. That could be used to bless people. If you have the money to do that type of stuff, you have the money to go out and bless people in real life, in my opinion. That's just my perspective. And not to get on a high horse or anything, I do apologize for my miniature rabbit hole, I guess, that I just went off on there. But I just think it's a ridiculous amount of money for a card that's not that spectacular, personally. I mean, look, he's amazing. I get it. He's not even the best card in his position, probably. Wimby is, you know what I mean? And even if he is, he's not that much better than a Dark Matter Dikembe Mutombo. Like, you don't have to spend nearly as much money on the game and you can still have a pretty good squad. Like, I would say my team obviously isn't the very best, but I haven't spent in a while. And I know, I mean, if you spent I could have a better team with 2.6 million in T as well. I could add another card or two at least. But I just realistically don't think that, I think it's fine to have a team like this or even a little bit worse than this, and you'll still have success online if you're good at the game and win the majority of your games and have hopefully a somewhat enjoyable experience. I know the game can be frustrating, the gameplay is mediocre, but if you're playing the game, just be okay with not having the best cards. Realistically is my biggest piece of advice, because they're telling you what they want. They want you to spend a ridiculous amount of money, or they're kind of just don't care that much. Like, let's look at the Dark Matters and below today. Are any of these cards really exciting from packs? Brad Miller looks okay. RJ Barrett looks decent. Nick Batum would be good if his jumper was better. I mean, Asar is okay, but his jumper's not very good. PJ Washington's fine, but he's small. Like, this is not a special drop at all. You know what I mean? And the festival's cool, but the Dark Matters aren't spectacular. The Opals and below are kind of inconsequential for like a showdown lineup. And I think there's a good chance the 100 overalls might not be attainable still. You know what I mean? The cards people would really want, Kareem, Pettit, Artest, are going to be hundreds of dollars to thousands of dollars a piece. Like, maybe Ron Artest would cost you under $1,000 to get. Like, is that not so insane to just say that that's how much money these cards cost? That is so insane that it's just, you're just throwing around terms like $1,000, $1,000. That's like more than half of my rent that I pay. I don't know. Maybe I'm a complete psycho. No, I don't think I am. I think people who spend that type of money on this game are psychopaths, to be totally honest. That's just so crazy to me. Bob Pettit's probably probably over $1,000. Braun might be a little under 1,000. We'll see how attainable he is. And then Kareem's like 2 to 3 probably. It's kind of wild. That's just my thought. It's just wild. That's a lot of money to spend on a video game. I don't know. Y'all do what you want, but that's my thoughts about today's game. I'll try not to rant and complain too much, but I literally thought I'd drop a video specifically on this, on that Gary Payton exchange, or not, I just call it the Gary Payton exchange because that's probably what you're gonna get from it. It's not the Gary Payton exchange, but I don't know, man. What is 2K thinking, y'all? I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content. Let's have a good day of content, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Peace.